It's meant to be springtime on today's EMBN show, but I'm very pleased to announce that finally the brand from Bellingham, Transition, have come up with their first ever eMTB. I mean, guys, what's taking you so long? Now, it always seemed weird that a brand which is at the eternal forefront of getting the party started, the Transition were pretty much absentees in the e-mountain bike party. Until now, that is. And yesterday they launched the all-new 160mm travel repeater. I'll say that again, the 160mm travel repeater from Transition. So what have we got? Well, it's a very clean looking frame, 160mm travel front and rear, 29-inch wheels, and the centerpiece of which is the Shimano EP8 motor with a 630 watt-hour internal battery. Some really cool features to the frame, as you'd expect, the giddy-up suspension, and it doesn't take too much imagination to guess the kind of character of this bike. Really nice cable routing. As I said, really clean looking bike. Cable routing, you've got a water bottle mount, you've got a gear mount, you've got protection in the right places, and of course some really robust engineering to this bike with such things as really solid bearings. The bike comes in 3 component specs. All the bikes are in carbon, by the way. You've got the Axis, from Axis electronic shifting bike, you've got the GX, and you've got the NX spec bikes. And what I really like about Transition is they've been really thoughtful in terms of the specification on the bike. Such things as a solid wheel set, great Magura 203mm rotors on there, and arguably one of the best brakes on the market for e-mountain biking. Now, when it comes to the shape and size of this bike, I've been fortunate enough to have ridden many Transition bikes over the years, and I can say that they really do pay close attention to these numbers. There's a team of riders there who pretty much are obsessed with this part of the business. So the repeater, we've got 4 sizes, I think. Size large, you've got a 480mm reach, which for me is absolutely bang on. 64-degree head angle, really good bottom bracket height in there. 455mm chainstay, which means it's in a really good sweet spot in terms of climbing and descending. And I'm sure that that will be aided by the fact they've spent very close attention onto the leverage curves of that shock. So if you want to get more detail on that, have a look at the Transition website, along with the seat tube angle measurement. Now, the seat tube angle on this bike is actually 77, but I do believe their numbers is 72 based on how they measure their seat tube angle. So go over, like I said, to the Transition website to get a more in-depth look into that. Now, the weight on the bikes, like I said, 3 specs, Axis, GX and NX. I think the weight on the bike in around size medium is 22-23 kilos, so pretty much on the money there. When it comes to money, I don't actually know the cost of the bikes yet, but that'll be available soon. But I think all in all, I'm just super happy that these guys, you know, Kevin, Kyle, Sam, Lars, thanks so much for giving a shout out about this bike. And well, I actually look forward to catching up and riding it, because from past experience in a past life, I was lucky enough to have met the guys in the UK. We had fish and chips and a couple of pints of beer, and I did the return journey to Bellingham in the Pacific Northwest. Amazing part of the world, guys, if you have the chance to go there. And on that occasion, I actually went crab fishing and had some oyster tequilas. I think you can get the idea of these guys. Apologies for the pheasant in the background. It's a very pleasant pheasant. Time now to get in from the cold and to go back and see Chris on the set and talk about things a little bit hotter. Now, I've got a bit of a fetish when it comes to... Fetish, is that a word? No.
Yeah, it is right.
Now, I've got a bit of a thing, I have to say, when it comes to shoes, particularly flat pedal shoes, but Etnies, that famous skateboard BMX shoe manufacturer, have come out with an SPD. I guess this is in line with like Adidas and Vans having mountain bike shoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice though, the old camber.
Yeah, camber CL, so it's got a lace closure on there with a Velcro top. lace enclosure with a Velcro strap on to keep them on your feet, of course, compatible with all the different clip manufacturers out there. Waterproof coating on these, so it's going to keep all those elements out. It's a great looking shoe, isn't it?
It's not, does it? It's not going to keep the elements out. Not when you're in the middle. I mean, it doesn't matter what you wear, Louis, is it? We're going to get wet feet, don't we?
Unless you've got wellies on, I suppose.
Unless you've got wellies on. Actually, Chris, have you moved anywhere near SPD shoes at all, or are you still flat?
I did. Well, I actually rode them the other day for the first time on e-bikes, and it was some interesting data. We've got that coming up in the video. Not quite as good as what I was expecting, to be fair, in some aspects, but it did perform well. But I just felt out of place on them. It just felt super sketchy. It's wintry conditions, super slidey, and yeah, just a little bit uncomfortable. But I'm pushing on with them on cross country.
Yeah, and this is a subject we're going to be continuing in the weeks ahead. Now, a few weeks ago, we were fortunate to be out in the island of La Palma in the Canary Islands. Now, La Palma was devastated by an earthquake in September last year. And the locals, the tourists, the locals are super keen to get people back out onto the island, because the tourism industry there has been pretty much decimated, because people are, well, I think people are a little bit sort of wary. They don't think it's appropriate they should go out and, you know, quite so close to the disaster. But I shot a video with Atlantic Cycling. And while I was out there, we rode some incredible trails out on the Caldera and on the surrounding area, on the coastline, some amazing single track there. So yeah, this is a quick insight into what's going on in La Palma at the minute. Philip, it's just, I was shocked at the extent of the volcano. We've been talking that it was advancing like just meters a day. It took 85 days to reach the sea.
Yes.
What was it like to be here?
It was like, the massive destruction you see, but it was like in slow motion. So every day a few meters more, and till the first lava reached the sea, it was like 3 weeks. So if you saw it by night, it was all red, and yeah, you always have the volcano behind. You saw the volcano only with a little bit of dust. Imagine like 300 meters of fire coming out of this.
Whoa, and then smoke for thousands of meters in the air.
Smoke, which goes up for 4,000 meters.
Yeah.
And was also a problem for the airport, the volcanic ash.
Yeah.
So airport was closed a few weeks. So, but now we are operative again. We really have a lot of trails. We have a lot of different surfaces. We have the lava sand, we have normal wooden stuff, and we have the rocky, hard stuff we saw yesterday. And we have 12 trails going down from the higher zone of the island, from over 2,000 meters to sea level.
Yeah.
So very various, and all these trails are still working perfect.
Yeah.
The only ones which are not working in the moment are 2 or 3 in the middle part, and you also can do lava sand riding in the southern part.
But also, we did some riding yesterday, which was in the trees, like flowy single track on like earth and roots.
Yes.
Wow, it's absolutely spectacular. And then of course, we've just come down to, this is Pirates Bay, there's like a track down here, there's like the switchbacks above here, like super technical, and wow.
We're in switchback paradise.
Yeah, for sure. What about if someone would come out here and ride e-mountain bikes? Is there hire? Is there battery hire? What's on offer here?
Yes, we have e-bike hire, and we also offer battery hire for Bosch e-bikers.
I'm coming back.
We also can manage to get Shimano batteries and specialized batteries from partner companies.
So just fly out, bring your bike without your battery.
And we have very nice, in good shape Moonraker e-bikes, for sure. We also do guided tours, we do shuttle service, we do also a little bit of shuttling with e-bikes to get to a better starting point. And we have the bike hire, we have the workstation in Puerto Naos, our hometown and home base.
What about this maybe mindset? People think they might be a bit scared about the volcano. They might think it's inappropriate because, you know, the devastation, people's homes have been lost? And what would you say to people that've got maybe that in their heads?
Come to La Palma, don't think about it, because the people here need tourism.
Yeah.
50% of the island is living from tourism.
Wow.
And we need this income.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. Get yourselves out to La Palma. It's absolute heaven. And yeah, if you get a chance, actually come to Pirates Bay. Don't look up though, that's for sure. It's really scary. You know, we rode a track called Rock de los Muchachos, I think, Muchachos, which translated is Rock of the Boys. Insane 17-mile descent. I think it was 2,500 meters. It's quite a significant event. Goes through very mixed terrain. You've got big rocks, smooth single track, and then
lava.
There is the old lava there, yeah, for sure. And because you're coming down through sort of different zones on the hill, you're actually going through rain, you go through sun, and it's down on the beach, crystal clear water.
I think I've ever ridden a 17-mile downhill track. Got to be on the to-do list.
I tell you what, it took a few days for my hands to get over that one.
I bet.
Talking about rocks and scaring yourself, Specialized have got a new Amnesty helmet out, and the great news for you guys is that they do a trade-in offer, right?
Yeah, so whatever condition your helmet is in, whether it be dirty or just covered in cobwebs and hung up in the back of the sheds, you can bring it in and get up to 50% off a brand new Specialized helmet. That's if you're living in the UK.
And I have to say, it's a good-looking helmet too. Nice features on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got Specialized Gambit, which is, I think you get 30% off of that one, but the other trail models as well. Got the Ambush and the Ambush Comp, as well as some kids and urban helmets too. So get along to your Specialized dealer and get a hell of a deal.
Yeah, and one thing's for sure, please do not go buying second-hand helmets off Chris Smith. Now, I want to point out, in that video in La Palma, I was actually using the new eMBN Tech t-shirts. They come in red, they come in blue, they come in two different types.
Blue and green as well, I believe.
Black. Anyhow, they're in the shop, so go and check them out. Great t-shirt to have in those hot months ahead here in the Northern Hemisphere.
Right, coming up this week on EMBN, we have a great week of content, and one video I'm looking forward to is Death Valley, Steve. Tell me,
yes, well, Death Valley is not the Rhondda Valley, that's for sure. It's considerably different in temperature and landscape.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but yes, we were out in, actually, is Death Valley in California? No, it's in Nevada, isn't it? Actually, we were actually a bit in California and Nevada, I think, when we did the trip.
Cross states.
But yeah, a hell of a hill. I actually thought, that'll only take like 5 minutes to get up, but it was 2 batteries to get up to the top of this hill. It was
how many thousand feet of climbing?
Lots of it. Chris, you had head-to-head with Rich from GMBN, the fox hunt recently. 23 minutes difference over 8 miles.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy day out, but we got a good question about
8 miles in a day out.
It was a morning out, but by the time we filmed it, it took a long time. But we got this in from Cheap Shot saying, great fun, please run it again in the summer, just for entertainment factor. I ride a Caneva and don't think the time will change much over that distance. I'll be definitely trying this route soon. Would
conditions be different in the summer?
I think, because there isn't such crazy elevation on that ride, and I think the ground conditions were absolutely horrendous that day, then I don't think there'd be too much of a difference, especially if Rich pushed hard up the hills.
Yeah.
It was more the ground conditions and the climbing.
Something combined. To be revisited then?
Possibly,
do you reckon 23 will come down to 15 or something like that? He's not going to beat you, is he?
He's not going to beat me, but I think it'd definitely be less of a head start and try and reel him in. But yeah, it depends on the route for sure. You know, if you've got a route with massive climbs, then of course you can shut it down. But
I mean, let's face it, when I did the last climb with Rich, I think it was 1,000 feet, and I think we were 15 minutes ahead of him just on one climb.
Really?
Yeah. Talking of climbs, folks, this is Climb Tech of the Week. And this is Mark, who is 60, rides 5 times a week and close to 1 million feet of climbing over his time on his e-bike.
Yeah, this is crazy. Some good climbs here. You know, he's getting out there 5 times a week. Probably more than you, Steve, that is, isn't it? But
yeah, for sure. Of course it is, yeah. Mark, I have to say, quite envious of you out there in Danville, California. And also I see some wild boar. I mean, are those really wild boar or are those farmed unwild boar?
Well, it looks like a warthog, isn't it?
Can a farmed wild boar be a wild boar?
And I love
Stupid
loving
question.
this. Is 4,673 feet of climbing in just under 2 hours. So some good efforts going on there as well.
Yeah.
Hell of a ride and amazing location.
Yeah.
Love seeing where you guys go riding. So make sure you send all those clips into us here on EMBN. Use that upload service.
Well, kicking things off this week in Out and About is Kim. And this is on the Tweed coast, which is just north of Byron Bay, New South Wales, Australia. It says, exploring the remote Tweed coast and some solitary, uncrowded beach camping. Kim, but you got your bird with you. So
Not
it's
just
not
any bird.
solitary, not any old bird.
That's a hooded crow, I think. Steve.
Is it a hooded crow?
I believe.
What? Since when have crows been black and white?
That is. It is, I'm pretty sure. That's my bird geeking.
Kim, please let us know what bird that is that's accompanying you on your trip on some beautiful coastline there. Look at these big trees here. This is in Humboldt
Huge.
County, California. This is Jill and a brace of levos. And then this beautiful shot from Rob down in Cape Town on a giant E-Trans.
I'm going to do a vision test on you, Steve. Can you see a rubber duck in this shot?
Can I see a rubber duck in the shot?
Yeah, I can see it loud and clear.
Oh, on the handlebar.
Yeah, there you go. I had to zoom in for that one to see what that was.
It's a
But
rubber duck, is it?
It's a rubber duck. I think it must be like some sort of bell or something.
Okay, it's that time of the week where we're either cruel or kind on your eMTBs, but they're all good. My eyes are thinking, they, Chris?
For sure.
Chris has got a specialty expert in Avon, out in the dark. That's liking that, Chris. But this one from me, Chris, is from Casey, and I think this is unique to the show. This is Gen 3 Turbo Lever Expert. I think that's the same colour as you got, right?
It is the same bike.
What colour is that?
Aubergine or grape, I believe.
Aubergine.
Yeah.
Aubergine. Crikey. James, Cube Stereo Hybrid.
We didn't say that was nice or
super nice. Super nice.
Super nice aubergine.
Super nice aubergine. James, Cube Stereo Hybrid in Benarty, Fife, Scotland. It's a nice shot. We'd like to see more of the bike.
Cold looking shot.
Oh, but this is a super nice for sure. YT Decoy Shredding, Ontario. Quite like a burly old bike, that, doesn't it?
That's like a nice bike, doesn't it? Big long travel. It looks nice.
Dorados.
Integrated. Yeah,
I like
lovely.
it a lot.
Super nice. Got to be.
Super.
Well, check out Andrew with his giant Stance Plus. He's out in Perth, Western Australia. Personalised his giant with upgraded tyres, wheels, and suspension. Nice looking bike. It's
That
gotta
is
be.
beautiful, isn't it? That
Gotta
is
be
beautiful. Super nice for sure, yeah.
What about this then? Russell with his 2021 Focus
Russell.
Jam Squared out on the South Downs, getting blown away. Rode that route once. Probably never going to repeat it again, but yeah.
It's nice. It's nice.
Nice for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That Orbea. Wow.
So
Liking the look
Mark's
of that,
got his
Chris.
Orbea Wild FS out in Mount Hamilton, 4,000 feet of vertical climbing.
Yeah.
It's just the Wild West of America.
That's got to be super nice, isn't it?
Sure. Well,
And we got one left, Chris. This is Adrian on a Ghost Slammer up in Nantararian. Adrian, is that Nantararian? Looks like someone's driveway.
he's amputee above the knee, so good work for getting out on your bike too, getting in the miles, loving it. So that has definitely got to be a super nice from me on that.
Absolutely. Great selection of bikes there this week, folks, and also your action from different parts of the world. Yeah, please don't be shy to get out to La Palma. The locals are really looking forward to welcoming you with great food, good climate, and great riding on that fantastic island. Like I said, the volcano's pretty much stopped now. It hasn't really affected that many of the trails out there. And like hundreds and hundreds of miles of fantastic single track and different types of smooth trail, rocky trail, tech trail. It is actually e-mountain bike heaven, I guarantee you.